Welcome to the Introduction to IHS Harmony training video. This is an interactive video with a short quiz at the end to emphasize important learnings and help you to retain this knowledge. This video will introduce you to the IHS Harmony software, including what it is, the structure of the software interface and how to navigate it, and also how to perform some common functionality. The expected runtime is approximately 15 minutes. IHS Harmony is a well-performance data analysis tool containing traditional and modern methods used to forecast well production, evaluate reserves, characterize reservoirs and well completions, and optimize wellbore configurations. Harmony is composed of 4 individually licensed analysis applications. IHS Decline Plus contains traditional analysis methods such as decline analysis, material balance, and type well analysis, while the modern methods, which incorporate flowing pressures into the analysis, such as type curve analysis, flowing material balance, and analytical and numerical modeling, are contained in the IHS RTA analysis application. IHS CBM hosts traditional and modern methods specific to coal bed methane reservoirs. And IHS Virtual is used to analyze and optimize fluid flow within the wellbore. When opening Harmony, the first thing you will see is the release notes. Here you can view new features and enhancements from the last version, current issues in this version, and issues that have been resolved from previous versions. IHS Harmony opens onto a landing page that allows you to open a new or existing project, view current licenses, and access utilities. The analysis applications you have licenses for will be shown in color. Grayscale informs you that you currently do not hold a license for that analysis application. Hovering your cursor will show more information about your license type, which will either be a local or network license. Licensing can also be accessed from utilities. From this dialog box, you can access your software key and also the license wizard. And if your license is operated from a network, this dialog box is where you are able to request a license from the network. You will want to ensure that you have the required licenses to complete your anticipated work. Harmony's help document is also accessible from the Utilities menu. Help is a great resource that contains equations and theory for the analysis methods and detailed processes to complete a specific task. Here you will find contact information for installation and licensing support, technical support, and training. For more information on any of the topics discussed in this video, please refer to the help document. To move into the application, you have the option to open a new project, a recent project, or to open an existing project by navigating to the file location. I'm going to open the Harmony example project that is typically installed under My Documents, Harmony Shared. Harmony is a Windows-based application and therefore may have a familiar look and feel, as it is composed of buttons, toolbars, panes, and tabs. The File menu allows you to save or close a project and close the Harmony application. The Quick Access toolbar contains several buttons, but the most used are to save a project, import data, access options, change units between metric and field, and access help. The Entity Viewer displays the entities in your project where you can view and organize them into groups. An entity is a well or group of wells that is available for analysis. Wells can be selected or launched for analysis from here. The Geographic Information System tab, or GIS tab, displays entities on a map based on one of the standard coordinate systems. The GIS can be used to display visual information in several ways. Flag layers are used to visually represent a well attribute. Each flag layer that is being activated represents a different producing formation. Bubble maps can be created as another method to visually represent well information. This bubble map shows the cumulative gas currently produced by each of these wells. Image and shapefiles can also be displayed on the GIS. These can be used to visualize land features, pipelines, and contour maps, to name just a few uses. The GIS can also be used to select wells in the Entity Viewer. Selecting an entity in the Entity Viewer displays the entity's data under the other tabbed headings, except for the Analysis tab, which can only be accessed by launching an entity for analysis, which will be discussed later. The Attribute tab displays well information in a spreadsheet-style table. A default selection of attributes, named Auto Template, is displayed when one or more wells are selected in the Entity Viewer. The Attributes Properties Tree View lists all of the available well attributes. You can specify what is being shown in the table from this tree. I'm going to deactivate all of the columns using the Uncheck All button so I can start from scratch and build a custom view. This custom view can be saved as a template to be quickly accessed in the future. Columns can be moved by clicking and holding the column header and dropping the columns in the desired location. Clicking a column header sorts the table data by its attribute value, according to the same sorting rules that Microsoft Excel uses. Well attributes data can be imported from a file, a database, entered manually, or copied and pasted from another table cell. Custom attributes can also be created in the case that IHS Harmony does not contain the attribute you require from the Add button. The Diagnostic tab displays customizable plots consisting of production, injection, and pressure data. You can use the Entity Viewer to scroll through entities to show their production data on this plot. Selecting multiple entities will by default show the aggregate data of these entities. Or you can choose to plot data individually for all the selected entities. The Auto Template, which is the default, will show all production rates and pressures available for the selected entity. Or you can build a custom plot from the selection tree. I'm going to remove some data sets from the plot, which can be done by deselecting them from the selection tree or by dragging them from the plot to the selection tree. And I'm going to add the Coleman critical lift rate. You can save your custom plot as a template to be accessed later or shared with colleagues. By default, the Diagnostic tab shows the Data Viewer. A dashboard view is also available by selecting the Dashboard Viewer button. The dashboard is used to link complementary plots together, such as the liquid loading dashboard, which Harmony offers as a built-in template. Other dashboard views can be created by adding plots that have previously been saved as a Data Viewer template. The Analysis tab can only be accessed by launching an entity, which can be done by double-clicking on the entity name within the Entity Viewer. When an entity has been launched, it is possible to access the Editors tab. The Editors tab contains several editors that can be accessed through the navigation buttons. The Properties editor is where fluid and reservoir properties are entered and correlations are set up for fluid, formation rock, and rock fluid properties. This data will be used in reservoir and wellbore analysis. With the Wellbore editor, you can create multiple wellbore configurations for a well. Wellbore configurations are used to convert surface pressure measurements to sand face and are also used in other well flow calculations and analysis. The details of each configuration, including the casing and tubing information, are shown in the configuration pane. You can switch the view to show the temperature or deviation survey information. A schematic of the wellbore is displayed in the schematic pane to the right. The production editor stores well production data. With it, you can edit imported production and flowing pressure data, create custom data sets, and decide which data sets will be used for the wellbore calculations and which pressures will be used in reservoir analysis. The static pressure editor is used to enter and modify static pressure measurements for your well. The pattern allocation editor is used for a water flood scenario analysis to allocate production and injection to each well in a surveillance group. The multilayer allocation editor is used for multilayer wells to assign flow proportions for each layer. Worksheets are also accessible from within the Analysis tab. Each worksheet allows for a different type of data analysis. Showing now is the default view of the Analysis tab after launching an entity. A new worksheet can be added by clicking on one of the thumbnails. If the well already contains worksheets, which will show as tabs beside the Editors tab, you will need to select the New Worksheets button to access the Worksheets pane. Most worksheets will also require the creation of an analysis. This can be done by selecting the Add button and selecting an analysis from the available choices. As you may have noticed, this Add button is located in several locations in Harmony and is used for creation, such as the Add button located in the Entity Viewer, which is used to create a new entity. The Results tab displays the results of well analysis. After an analysis has been run, the results can be viewed, printed, and exported from here. The Results Viewer subtab contains the results of all the analysis performed in Harmony for the selected wells. These results can be viewed in tabular form in the grid view. This table can be populated from the selection tree. The results can also be plotted as cumulative distribution function, cross-plot, or histogram from the plot view. The Reporting tab is used as a print queue to batch print reports from multiple entities. Reports are generated by default for most analysis worksheets. These defaults can be changed from the Harmony options. The comparison plot is a store of plots you have manually sent from other locations in the software. A plot can be sent by right-clicking on the plot and selecting to send it to a comparison plot. Comparison plots can be useful to compare slightly modified datasets, such as comparing sand paste pressure calculated using different pressure loss correlations, which is being shown now. A window pane can be undocked by double-clicking its ribbon. To easily replace an undocked pane, simply double-click again upon its ribbon. You can also place the pane in a different location in the interface by using the Docking Navigator. When you are moving a window pane, the Docking Navigator will be shown over top of the interface. By hovering your mouse over one of these locations, you'll be shown a preview of where that pane will be placed within the interface. Related to Windows pane docking is the View menu. It is used to alter what is being shown on the software interface. If you are missing a pane or a tab, check here to see if it has been deactivated. A useful tool when working in Harmony is the status window. The status window displays short, descriptive messages pertaining to the current state of the project, or the results of actions as you perform them. If you are trying to perform an action, but nothing seems to be happening, refer to the status window to see if there's an error or if information is required to be entered before the action can be undertaken. This concludes the Introduction to IHS Harmony training video. You should now have an understanding of what IHS Harmony is and how it is structured, be able to navigate through the software to access commonly used tabs, and identify commonly used buttons and tasks.